Hi there. So moving on to the next policy, which is business continuity and disaster recovery policy. So let's jump on to the objective of this policy. So a business continuity and disaster recovery policy, it ensures the availability of data and the critical operations are resumed if there is any disaster. So we have roles and responsibilities. So these are generic here. The scope, it applies to all employees, management, and external vendors. So we have a contingency plan. So these are some of the policies for the contingency plan. So first we identify essential mission and business functions, then provide recovery objectives. So we have seen in backup policy, we have RTO and RPO, which is maximum tolerable downtime or recovery time objective and recovery point objective. So these are some of the key parameters we need to take care while developing our disaster recovery policy or business continuity policy. So these are a few of the guidelines. Now, contingency plan, root cause analysis and lesson learned. So once we have some kind of incident that is causing a business continuity issue or that is causing a disaster exercise, then we perform a root cause analysis, like what triggered that event, and document it. So this is reviewed the entire contingency plan at least once a year, review any text or exercise, and initiate corrective actions. Data backups. So we need to identify the assets and the classification, and based on that classification, we perform data backups. So we conduct backups of user level informations, system level informations, and conduct backups of system documentation, including security related documentation. So these are some of the standards and guidelines. So the backups would be what is the date of the backup, type of the backup. So we discussed this. It would maybe a full or incremental or differential backup. And who is responsible for the backup? Who is the owner of that asset? And all the details should be documented here. So we have a data backup methods, a full backup. A full backup is a backup of every file on a system. So it duplicates, and that's why it needs more space. So that's the meaning of full backup. Incremental backup. So incremental backup in image is a copy of all database data that has changed since the most recent. So it only takes the changes. For the most recent successful backup operation. So this is going to be the cumulative backup image. And we have differential or delta backup. It's copy of all database that has changed in the last successful backup of the data. So we have continuous data protection or data backups. We have internet-based backups and backup policy update. So that's a strategy of backup. So business continuity plan we have two areas to cover. One is software and another is human capital. So all software related to all source code, and other stuff. So frequently accessed files. So we have this kind of backup in place. So we do it for NAS backup in headquartered office or on premise. And we have AWS, which is cloud-based backup. So if there is an issue for the backup, if it is yet hacked on premise, so we have a backup copy on the AWS cloud. And if there is an issue with AWS cloud, if there is any attack on the cloud, then we have a backup copy on premise. And this is a backup time. It starts 12 midnight. A human capital comprehensive policies to retain the skilled talent. So human capital is mostly onto HR side. Human resource team takes care of this. Now, this is onto high level policy for business continuity and disaster recovery. So, as a part of this policy, we have deployment. We have a strategy of weekly full backups with daily incremental backup with a retention of 1 month, and this is dependent on your company requirements and regulatory requirements. Now, for business continuity, it's like we have a disaster now, and to continue the business industry in an efficient way, what could be done quickly? So that's business continuity, and disaster recovery is how we can recover or restore all the lost data, all the lost data which we have backed up. So how we respond to the disaster is under disaster recovery, and the business continuity, how quickly we can resume our operations. So we have merged both of them in one policy. You may create a separate business continuity policy and a separate disaster recovery policy. Now, other stuff like employee training and awareness, compliance and monitoring, escalation metrics, all other stuff is generic. So do let us know if you have any feedbacks on this policy. Thank you.